What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 8, Episode 20. A very late review. Today is my due date, so I'm trying to get myself prepared to whenever my water is going to break. So that's why this review is so late. But if you haven't seen this episode, which you should have seen by now because it came out on Wednesday, turn this video off and go watch the episode and then come back and watch this review. Please like the review, subscribe to my channel. It's the easiest, most simple, free way to support my channel. It takes less than 5 seconds to do. I'm not a public speaker. I will tend to fumble my words and say and so and like 1,000 times. I may stop to regain my thoughts. I may slow my speaking down to regain my thoughts. Anything I say, it's my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. Also, comment below what you would grade this week's episode, what you thought of it, if there's anything that I leave out or I forget or I'm off on, or you just have an opinion in general. Please leave it in the comments. Much appreciated. What else? Did I say anything I say is my opinion? It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. I want to make sure I said that. I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I'm going to grade this episode. I'm going to give it a B-, only because we finally getting somewhere with this whole Who Stabbed Gary situation. So I feel like that's the grade I'm going to give it this week. I might change it at the end of this review. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But that's the grade I'm going to give it for now. Am I forgetting to say anything? Damn, my hair looks crazy. It is what it is. But yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 8, Episode 20. If you have not seen it, turn this video off so you don't get any spoilers. Okay. So the episode begins at Andy's job. Andy and the partners, Robin and all them, they meet in the conference room. Andy announces that her, all the paperwork went through, so now she's officially a partner of the firm. And the partners, Robin and all them, they expressing their support and happiness that she's become partner. Blase, blase. Hayden comes in, he's smug as fuck, all beat up. He's congratulating Andy. And, Fatima's being funny because she knows why he's beat up and all that. So then Fatima and Hayden leave the room. All the partners and all that leave the room. So now it's just Andy and Robin in there. Robin congratulates Andy again and then tells her that, now that you're a partner, I'm no longer needed here. He's like, I'm about to be headed back to the UK. So then we get to seeing Sabrina and Damani are at the airport. They just got back from Turks and Caicos, the whole work trip, whatever. They talking about the fun they had. They laughing and giggling, looking all happy. Tony walks up, all salty, talking about, this being salty. I don't even remember the stuff he said. It's irrelevant for real. Sabrina then brings up that how Danny's been suspended for a month while Tony's still working. And that's another thing I don't understand. So you saying that she's been suspended for a month, but the way y'all make this show seem, y'all make it seem like it's day by day. So if she's been suspended for a month, then that means this episode should be a month later. But somebody did say, because I watched the show on a little black website, so maybe I didn't see it, but somebody online, I did see it said that this episode is happening 4 months or a couple months after, or a week or 4 weeks or something after the last episode. And that explains why Jordan is in jail and we didn't see him get arrested or whatever. Because I brought that up too. I mean, I was going to bring that up too, how Jordan is in jail and we didn't see the arrest or whatever. So that's what they saying. But I don't like stuff like that. Especially if I didn't see it. I didn't see nothing when I watched it, when it came on. I didn't see nothing about 4 weeks later, 4 months later, whatever the fuck. But either way. So Sabrina's like, Danny's been suspended for a month, and yet you're still walking around with a job, blase, blase. Tony's like, that's because she assaulted a coworker, and, he's like, you and your sister circle, y'all never want to take accountability for some of your actions. Tony and Damani are kind of getting into it a little bit. Doesn't go anywhere. Okay, we had that scene. Then we get the scene at the salon. Pam is going live about Roots to Riches. She tries to bring Karen in on the live, and Karen is just not really the social media type. She's not really giving. So they talk about that. Okay. This is when we get to some interesting information. I was like, okay. So Hudson, excuse me. I started to kind of get this feeling anyway though when Marie called the judge and said to make sure that Gary's power of attorney stays the same and doesn't get rescinded. I was like, okay. My nose, I think I just scratched it. Whatever. So I kind of got that feeling when she called the judge and said, "Don't rescind Gary's power of attorney. Keep it the same or whatever." I was like, okay, so maybe I started thinking. I was like, so do something. I was like, so is she about to try to buy Hudson out or whatever the case may be? So we find this. So then we get to this scene where Hudson shows up to Marie's hotel room, and he's furious, and to tell her that the judge granted Hayden's request to rescind Gary's power of attorney. So now Marie's upset too. So then we get this little scene with Zach. He's looking over the little suspect board that they got in the house. And he feels like he has a viable new suspect. They don't reveal who the suspect he thinks the new suspect is. He tries to call and tell Fatima. Fatima brushes him off. She's like, I got stuff to do. I can't talk right now. So Danny comes in to see Andy. Andy's gonna be representing her against the airport. Tony is also there with his defense team. I'm sorry, I'm breathing so heavy. I can't help it. So before the mediation starts between Andy and Danny and Tony in the airport and all that, Robin and Andy are still talking in the conference room, and she's telling him how she's going to miss him. No, Robin asks Andy if she's going to miss him. And Andy's like, well, how about we talk about it later? So Robin leaves out. Danny comes in along with Tony and his defense team. So, of course, Tony's team starts by accusing Danny of assaulting a fellow coworker. Of course, Danny is denying this, saying that she accidentally knocked the coffee out of Leonard's hand. So we go back to Marie and Hudson. Marie is furious. She's like, you promised that Gary's stabbing would get you power of attorney and you would sell all Gary's assets to me at fire sale cost. And in exchange, she would keep the FBI off of his back. So I'm like, okay, so is this telling us that Hudson actually did stab Gary? Or is this just saying that he knows who did it, or he knows how it happened and he put all this into play? I was a little confused, so I don't know. But now we know Marie and Hudson are working together in this situation. And I called it too. I said it was somebody that was going to be, that we wasn't really going to expect. I thought it was going to be Robin because they brought him back in the fold. But Marie, I'm not really surprised by. Hudson, I am, because everybody kept saying it was Hudson. So I was like, it's not going to be Hudson. But Hudson and Marie, so they working together. Hudson blames Hayden for everything that's happening right now. And he's like, Marie, you still have to help me keep the FBI off my back. You still have to help me with the FBI. And Marie's like, I'm not helping you with a damn thing. I don't have to do nothing. And she kicks him out. So I don't know what this means for Hudson. He's talking about help me with the FBI. The FBI not even on Hudson's radar. Right now they looking at Penelope, Jordan, and Zatima. They not even looking at Hudson. So we get this scene. Damani walks Sabrina to her door. Damani, he tells Sabrina, I would like to spend more time with you. Sabrina's like, things are complicated for me right now. But then invites Damani in her house. And Damani, I'm glad that they didn't make him thirsty like all the other niggas, because all the other niggas would have came in. So Damani's like, well, if you change your mind or whatever, just call me anytime. He kisses her hand and he's like, no, I'm not going to come in. So Hayden picks Gary up from the hospital, tells him the news about his power of attorney being rescinded. He says he blackmailed the judge, something about his grandson or whatever. And Gary's like, thank you, whatever. So they leave the hospital. So Penelope goes to visit Jordan in jail. And this is the part where I was going to say, why didn't they show Jordan getting arrested for choking Gary out? They didn't show any of that. He in jail. But like I said, they saying that this episode is weeks later or a month later. I don't remember, whatever. So, and I don't know if it was this. I don't know if it's Sistas or the Oval, but people been saying that I think they skipped an episode. I don't know, but they gotta get it together. Cause these shows already don't be given. So for y'all to be skipping an episode or doing this fast forwarding or whatever the case may be, no. So Penelope tells Jordan that he was denied bail because, he has these connections with the politicians and whatnot. So Jordan is in there sobbing. He blaming himself. And Penelope promises Jordan that they're going to get him out of there. And that they're going to make Andy and Gary pay. So now I'm like, oh, so Andy and Gary still going to have it coming. I mean, by all means, come after Gary. But damn, Andy's in a good space right now. So Fatima calls Zach back, tells him about Jordan's arrest and how now the police think that Jordan stabbed Gary too because he went in there and choked him up, tried to kill him. And then she tells Zach about Danny being in mediation right now with the airline. So Fatima as a couple, they both agree to throw the suspect board away. They like, well, they got who they need right now. The heat is off of us. And I'm like, there's no need to throw the suspect board away because if they prove that Jordan didn't do it, y'all gonna be back to the suspect list. I mean, ain't nobody off the suspect list until they prove it, I guess, or whatever. But if they feel like they got their man, I guess the team is right. So Sabrina goes to Rich's smoothie shop. I don't even know why she did this. He walked out on you when y'all was having a conversation. I mean, what you did was foul. You didn't talk to him about how you was going to fertilize your eggs with Damani's sperm. You just told him off the break and didn't give him no time or whatever. But he walked out on you, so why are you even coming to him? So she comes to his smoothie shop. Their conversation was really no point to me, but she wants to know why he ghosted her, like she don't know. So, of course, Rich brings up, you fertilized your eggs with Damani's sperm, and then you went on vacation with him. And Sabrina's like, well, you don't understand the emotional and physical and financial stages I had to go through with this fertility process, blase, blase. And Rich is like, I don't really want to hear all that. The argument was basically pointless. I don't even know why they gave us. I guess they just needed a filler scene. I mean, but Tyler Perry shows we just filled with filler scenes that we don't really need. Cause I'm like, why are you even going to him? But either way, so Marie, she calls Karen. She's like, let me call my little pregnant bird. Remember my little pregnant something. So Karen tells Marie that her and Aaron are pursuing each other. Why the hell is my phone still ringing? Don't when you press the down button on the volume, it's supposed to stop. Okay. So Karen and Marie, they talk briefly about Karen and Aaron pursuing each other again. And then Marie asks Karen about the sales increases in Rooster Riches. Karen's like, oh yeah, we're doing good. I just haven't had a chance to see the numbers yet. And then Marie, she reminds Karen of her future investment. She's supposed to be investing $150K if they can get these sales up or whatever. And she's like, I have faith in you guys, but y'all take too long. I'm gonna have to pull my business out. She just making these little threats, not too big. I can't think of the word right now, but yeah, these little subtle threats or whatever. And Karen's like, we won't let you down, Marie. Then she gets off the phone and she feels like now she has the social media presence to help Pam with the social media of it all. And I'm just like, Karen don't really need to do the social media part of it all. I feel like that should be just Pam, and Karen should just focus on the business of it all. I don't know why they need Karen to be involved. So we get this final scene back at Andy's firm. They in mediation. And Andy mentions that the witnesses that saw Danny spill the coffee on Leonard, they haven't put anything on paper. And she also asks why Danny was suspended and not Tony. And then brings up Tony getting Danny into the leadership program, which was the main reason that Leonard started coming for Danny in the first place. And Tony's like, well, I was only trying to help. And Andy's like, well, did Danny ask you for any help? And Tony's like, no. And she's like, and has she expressed any of her ambitions or career choices, future career choices with you? And Tony's like, no. So then Andy's like, so what makes you think that this was a good idea? Blah, blah, blah. This basically, doing what she's supposed to do. So Tony's defense, they feel ambushed. Well, not ambushed, but they feel like they're at a crossroads, and they try to call for a break. And Andy's like, no, I can keep going. So it's looking good for Danny at this moment. I mean, Andy doing what she's supposed to do. About to make Danny rich, I guess. So that's how the episode ends. Like I said, I would still give it a B- because now we have this whole Marie and Hudson's situation that we had no idea about. We see Andy getting back into the law of it all. I mean, wondering what's going to happen with her and Robin. We still wondering what is Hayden's end goal with as far as Gary. So it's a lot of little moving parts now. I guess because they fast forwarded Jordan being in jail and all that other stuff. So I would still give it a B-. We see more of the mediation in the next week's episode. Danny might take it. We don't know. Can't think of nothing else. I would say I would say Sabrina should pursue Damani, but every time these girls pursue a new dude on this damn show, it don't go right. So I guess they just always are failed to. I mean, they always doomed when it comes to these relationships on this show. Because even Karen and Aaron had their whole situation with the baby mother killing herself and then the other woman showing up at the shop being all crazy. So it's just like, they can't win with these dudes. So it's like, okay, I could be rooting for Damani, but something might be off on this. Something might be off with this nigga in the future. So that's just gonna be my little thoughts for this week's episode. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, and if there's anything I left out or I forgot or I was off on, and leave it in the comments. Like and subscribe to the channel. It takes less than 5 seconds of your time. It's anonymous. It's free. If you like things Tyler Perry related, then liking and subscribing will help more things Tyler Perry related pop up on your algorithm and your timeline and whatnot. It's the best way to support my channel without spending any money, spending any of your time. I can go on and on, but the best way to support is just liking and subscribing to the channel. Commenting below. Thanks for watching this review, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.